Colonel D here from Colonel D Gourmet Herbs and Spices. I'm in the kitchen again with Matt Buschle, one of the chefs that works here. And boy, my favorite time of year, Thanksgiving dinner. I don't know if I could be any more full, but wow, Matt, there's so much left.
I kind of want to go through and show a couple of things that we thought would be kind of fun to do with those leftovers. And these are more techniques or just ideas. And the food's already good. Put it together and you can end up with some really great stuff that'll make people pretty happy afterwards.
Cool.
We're going to do, one of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to do a stuffed pepper. I know that everybody thinks stuffed peppers and rice and ground beef or ground turkey, any of those things. This is going to be a Thanksgiving style stuffed pepper, and we're going to use sweet bell peppers as opposed to green bell peppers. I'm pretty sure everybody knows how to get to the point where you have a pepper that's stuffable. Essentially, take the top off. From there, pull all the membrane out of the inside. This is something that we will either be teaching classes on later, or we will be doing YouTube videos that talk about knife skills and basic vegetable butchery, I guess is probably the easiest way to say that. I've done that with 3 peppers here, just based on the stuff that we've got as leftovers. To start this, what we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit of butter going in a pan. Let that get to the point where it is all melted out. Pan's warm. After that, we're going to throw some celery that's just been diced. A little bit of onion that's just been diced.
Now, Matt, we were talking before we started recording. This is an almost mirepoix.
Yes.
Mirepoix would be these 2 ingredients: the onion and the celery.
There's some carrots in our stuffing.
Carrots in the stuffing, so we're going to end up with a mirepoix.
Yeah, a lot of times if you're doing something savory like this, you'd start with those 3 things. Those 3 aromatics are pretty much the base of 2/3 of the food made in the world. The other side is you're using a chili, or you're using a pepper into like sofrito land at that point, right, or what the Creoles and Cajuns call the Trinity. So to this butter, once these are sauteed a little bit, we have some leftover turkey. We're going to get that in there. Stuffing, just whatever it is, whether it's cornbread, whether it's you know,
it could be rice.
Yeah, you could absolutely do this as a like a turkey and rice thing. Our stuffing is pretty well seasoned. Our bird is pretty well seasoned because we used the Colonel's turkey rub.
Right.
We've got some sage in this stuffing. There's a little bit of bacon fat in this stuffing because that's just kind of how we roll.
The world works.
After this has been sauteed, and we really just kind of want to sweat those onions and celery down to the point where they've just started to yield a little bit, because we're still going to cook these in the oven to cook the peppers through after we've stuffed them.
Now, we were talking during the other video about making sure that we save the drippings.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That what we got there?
Absolutely. These are pan drippings from, and I actually pulled some of these off the turkey before I used some to make gravy. So the other thing is that before you even start cleaning up, get all the bones, the carcass, everything, all your leftover vegetable scrap, all the ends of your onions, all that other stuff, put them in a slow cooker.
Ooh.
Put some water in them, let them simmer overnight. The following day, strain all that off. You'll have a bunch of really great turkey stock, poultry stock. So
you won't believe the flavors that you'll get there. It's wonderful. Oh my, that smells so good.
This is, we're just gonna cook this until it starts to dry out a little bit. This might take a little bit more stuffing. And again, all this is leftovers. If you had rice, if you had roasted potatoes, they could go in this.
Ooh,
if you had, you know, your extra veggies too. Cut up little bits of asparagus. I've done these where I put green bean casserole in the bottom of them, and then stack the other stuff up top. So you're pretty much building a really great little stuffed pepper. I'm going to saute this for a couple minutes. We'll get back in just a second after this has cooled down a little bit and get them in the peppers and show you how to get them in the oven. All right, we're back.
We're back.
Peppers that I described earlier. A couple of them you may have to cut the bottoms of them flat just to get them to sit up straight, or when you go buy them at the grocery store, make sure they stand up nice. From there, we're gonna take this mixture. Everybody loves to hear that sound of spoons getting banged on bowls. I like to do a little trick here and fill these about halfway. And then after I get them about halfway filled, I take the terrible
That just keeps getting passed around the table.
yeah,
There's no
the
none of it ever
the
goes
terrible
on the plate.
leftover cranberry sauce with a little bit more spooned over the top here. Pile them up pretty good. Fill all 3 of those, 4 of those, 6 of those, depending on what your leftovers are like. The thing that's great about these is you can make them, wrap them up, put them in the freezer, come back to them 2 weeks later, thaw them out while you're at work, slide them in the oven for an hour, and you got dinner ready.
Oh, fantastic.
And there are those leftover Thanksgiving special peppers.
Wow, does that look good.
Yeah, they do.
The aroma is incredible.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing this with your hands at home, but mine are uniquely made for being able to do that. See if we can get the glory of the
Ooh, yeah.
the insides of those. So yeah.
Oh man, that cranberry
Nice and-
sauce looks so good in there.
Yeah, and they're nice and moist. It's really something that's a treat.